What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Tuesday, February 13th, the day before the very important holiday, Valentine's Day. Remember, folks, I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. If your wife, your girlfriend, your mistress, your booty call, whoever, whatever you got, your side piece, what do you want to call her? The love of your life. If she says she doesn't believe in Valentine's Day, you buy her something anyways, all right? That's a PSA from the ReCoop. And when she says, no, why did you do that? I hate this holiday. It's because I love you so much. Or I love that booty. Whatever you say, however your relationship works, you know what I mean? How the hell are you guys doing? Are you feeling good? I'm feeling better. Feeling a little better today. The markets are going down. That always brings a pep to my step. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't looked. Is it down? Are we hurting? I know that CPI came in hot, a little warm, little worse than expected. Oh, folks, we're not getting those rate cuts. We're not getting 5 to 6 rate cuts. They're telling you you're going to get 2 to 3. And Joe Biden and Janet Yellen, and they're going to be yelling, "Hey, Jerry, come on, man. Come on, we can't." Have you seen Joe Biden give a speech recently? We need a good economy for Gavin when we replace Joe with him. It's all good. Are you guys in the chat? What's going on? Everybody here? GFY, good morning, good afternoon to you, man, to you too. Richard Harris, bored in Italy, waiting for restaurants to open. So evening, all. Bored in Italy, waiting for restaurants to open. Yeah, oh, there's like that aperitivo time where nothing's open. You go to dinner at 9 o'clock at night in Italy. You can go, we'll go to one of those like sidewalk places where they have all the olives and stuff. Have a glass of wine. Is that what you're doing? Do that. Animal Style, what's up? Good evening to you, man. All right. So we're here. You guys are not active in the chat. It's like a moving target, my show lately. I started at 10:45, just random time. Anytime I'll start. I'll just start. Let's just go. Is there anybody? Maybe a few of you will come. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I know Bitcoin got rejected at 50. I don't know if it's bounced back or not. We're going to look at it. We'll check the CPI numbers. I mean, those are, they are what they are. We're not going to get the rate cuts that we're hoping for. So we'll see how that goes. I just am increasingly concerned about BlackRock. I think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has radicalized me a bit. I'm liking that guy it sounds like he's been chewing glass for the last 17 years every time he talks. I'm like, what are you saying? Oh, Jesus. Well, you're going to inspire a nation with that freaking murky mouth. But yeah, I just, that video I talked about yesterday, I think we watched it. I don't know if I actually put you through that. But just the reminder, the constant reminder, we've talked about this on the show several times, by the way, the constant reminder of how BlackRock essentially owns everything. I mean, they own a massive position in MicroStrategy. Now they're the top Bitcoin spot ETF, aside from Grayscale. But we all know that that's a shrinking asset or a shrinking ETF. And then, some of the FUD early on with the fine print on those ETFs, if there's a fork, it's just like, are these fuckers really going like that? Are they going to go like that? Or is it, as somebody on Twitter said, hey, man, no. Enough of the conspiracy theories. This is just easy inflows. You know what I'm saying? It's just a better way for people to invest. There's no way they would ever do anything. BlackRock is going to act honorably and in the best interest of decentralization and self-custody. Don't push these spot Bitcoin ETFs, okay? I know. Are you hassled? You feel hassled having to own a Trezor or whatever your cold wallet of choice is, Ledger or Elliptical or whatever, Elliptical. I don't know what those are. I don't know, man. Cold card. What do you got? Is it that bad? Like, if your buddy's like, I'm liking that I can put this in my 401k. Okay, you can do it. You can do that. But like, also, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, how much does BlackRock own of Coinbase even? So I don't know. It brings me back to the place of, okay, why did I get here? And now why am I rooting for BlackRock? I'm not rooting for BlackRock. And I don't think most of you, even that support Bitcoin spot ETFs, think it's a great thing, are rooting for BlackRock. I just think that, like, do we know what we're walking into? I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm just trying to be concerned because I am. I'm not trying to be concerned. I am concerned. All right. I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Let's go. Let's go look. Let's go look at what we got. Do. All right. So here we are. We'll look at CNBC real quick to check those headlines, see how the markets are doing after the hot CPI. Okay, yeah, not good. Officially, the markets are not doing good. We have the S&P fall below the 5,000 mark, which it just freshly broke. And the NASDAQ is down almost 300 points, nearly 2%. So that's not good. The Dow down 600 points. That's pretty good. I mean, pretty high. Dow tumbles more than 500. Am I sharing this? No, I'm not. There we go. Look at that. No second monitor. Caught it like a fucking cat. All right. So yeah, down 600 points, 1.5%. The Dow tumbles more than 500 points, on pace for the worst sell-off since March. So there you go. We've had an incredible pump, but now people are realizing that we're not going to be getting these rate cuts like we thought. And potentially we could get those rate cuts because things are breaking, and that could be very, very bad. All right. Yeah, what's the 10-year at? I guess we'll find out in a second. Okay, here's the inflation breakdown for January. I don't think we need to see that, or do you want to see it? I guess we could see it. Why not? The consumer price index rose by 3.1% in January, a smaller annual increase in December. Okay, and that's kind of good news. It just means that the CPI rose, prices got higher by 3.1% since last January. They want 2%. Workers' buying power has increased each month since May. Okay, that's good. However, there were a few potentially worrying signs under the surface, which is probably rent. Inflation declined in January and consumers' buying power rose as price pressures for U.S. goods and services continued to ease. The consumer price index, a key inflation gauge, rose 3.1%. That's down from 3.4% in December. The CPI measures how fast. Okay, so they're trying to put a nice spin on it now because they're watching the market fucking crash. The CPI measures how fast the prices of everything from fruits and vegetables to haircuts, concert tickets, and household appliances are changing across the U.S. economy. Okay, so food up 2.6%. Food at home. Okay, fine. Juice. Okay, we're not going to, what am I going to do? What am I doing? But look, steaks, beef is up over 10%. Baby food, formula, the shit that you have to buy, 8.7%. Food from vending machines. Okay. They really break this down, don't they? Look at that. Oh, and I have to renew my insurance soon. Fucking vehicle insurance up 20%. Sporting events up. Everything's more expensive, folks. The shit that you need, like car repairs. All right. And I think mainly shelter is the main driver of the CPI. All right, moving on. So there you go. Prices are still going up at a shitty. Brainerd slams shrinkflation as White House attacks corporate price gouging. Yeah, I mean they're bleeding. They're squeezing us dry, folks. Coca-Cola outperformed because they are charging more. Paramount Global lays off about 800 employees. Everybody I talk to is doom and gloom about all of the layoffs. Everybody I talk to is doom and gloom about all of the layoffs. Bitcoin falls from 50 on the inflation data. Boeing isn't getting the orders that they would hope. Hasbro not doing good. Oh, Hasbro. That was my first commercial. First commercial I ever did was a Hasbro commercial. It was I was playing, I think, Taboo in the commercial. Ba-do-do. All right. Tesla keeps going down. ARM is giving back a lot of those gains. That's why you don't FOMO, folks. All right. So we got that. Let's look at Bloomberg real quick. I don't feel like we got all the information that we need here. Even though I have not subscribed. Putin waits for the West to fold on Ukraine. What a mess all this shit is. My God, and just the information that we get, we're so divided on what is real. It's exhausting, to be honest. Krispy Kreme. We saw, if you were paying attention to the graphic that I just showed, sugar is up, I think 8% year over year. And Krispy Kreme is saying, yeah, it's messing us up. Sugar's expensive. Oh my God. Everybody having to go to bat for Biden is very effective in summits with world leaders. I mean, I hope that's true. I'm not rooting against the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live here. I want the president to not be fucking. Did you guys watch Jon Stewart Cookies? He's so funny. I'm glad that he's back, man. I like that guy. He doesn't seem bought at all. All right. Musk says Putin can't lose in Ukraine, opposes Senate bill. Oh, good. Trump asked Supreme Court to keep DC election trial on hold. All right. Oh, the Pentagon chief has got a bladder issue. Okay, this is all. Services the key as key U.S. CPI data to show services as key driver of disinflation. All right. Okay, let's go to the block. Let's see what we got over here. Anything? CZ's trial. I saw this. It gets postponed to April. Not hearing a lot from CZ. I think he's staying quiet, like somebody in his position should. So smart of him to stay quiet. Bitcoin barely holding on to 49. ETH outperforming. And this is so funny how the block is constantly saying that Sol is down so significantly when it's not. Everywhere else doesn't show this. And this is a 3-day thing. Is it trying to like trick you into thinking that Sol is corrected down and it's a time to buy? Because this is 3-4 days in a row that they're saying Sol's down 8.5%. It's not. 111 is actually green. Yesterday it was 108 at this time. Crypto gaming platform PlayDApp loses 290 million worth of tokens in 2 exploits. Okay, what's going on here? Crypto gaming and NFT platform PlayDApp was exploited on February 9th and again on February 12th, which would be yesterday. The hacker minted 1.79 Play tokens worth over 290 million through the exploits and began laundering the funds. Where does PlayDApp live? Before the breaches, the total circulating supply of PLA tokens was 577 million, so the exploiter may find it difficult to sell the 1.8 billion newly minted tokens at anything close to their market value prior to the attacks. They paused the smart contract. They paused it, folks. Gave it an old pause. Press pause. Decentralization. All right. Ripple plans to acquire digital asset platform Standard Custody. What's that do for XRP? Anybody know? Does that do anything for XRP, or is it just another thing for Ripple and not XRP? I don't know. I'm not going to even look into it. I don't know. I don't care. Peter Thiel, Founders Fund, invested $200 million in Bitcoin and Ether last year. Look at him. Look at that man. More power. A gay man with a massive amount of power. It's him right there. The fund reportedly invested $200 million in Bitcoin and Ether from last summer to early fall of 2023. Former PayPal CEO Peter Thiel's venture capital firm Founders Fund invested $200 million in Bitcoin and Ether. The fund invested $100 million in each of the two largest cryptocurrencies from late summer to early fall, according to Reuters report. Bitcoin's price was below 30 at the time of the purchase. Founders Fund reportedly began investing in Bitcoin in 2014 and made $1.8 billion by selling before the 2022 market collapse. Okay. Speaking of Peter Thiel, let's look at EOS Desk. EOS is a part of the Pete portfolio. Craig Wright told by UK court to stop making irrelevant allegations as COPA trial. Okay, wait, I think that's from yesterday. They got a new font. New font on the ticker at the top for CoinDesk. Bitcoin drops 2% on hotter than expected inflation. We know that. Bitcoin ETF's first month is in the books. How it went and what comes next. It went well. There are a lot of inflows. Fireblocks, Chain Analysis, and Gauntlet make Forbes FinTech list. Crypto has an unrealized opportunity in Asia. All right. Franklin Templeton joins the Ethereum ETF race. Okay, there we go. I don't know. There we go. I mean, that's that. Look at block work real quick, and then we'll move on. Coinbase earnings prep profitability. Oh, yeah. When is this? Analysts are set to listen for executive guidance on the implications of spot Bitcoin ETFs on the business during the earnings call on Thursday. So Thursday's a pretty big day. We'll find out more about Coinbase and how much money they're making. I do own some Coinbase stock. Bitcoin back below 50 while stocks struggle. Yep. Ethereum devs can now deploy apps on Say's parallelized EVM. Valkyrie doesn't see a need to make Bitcoin ETF wallet addresses public. Pudgy Penguins caught up to Bored Ape. Any of you have some of those? All right. Okay. Well, let's look at prices. Volume. All right. Bitcoin down. Let's look. Okay, so we're at 49,000, still up 13.5% over the last 7 days, down and nearly, 1.5% in the last 24 hours. It's not bad. The volume is good. Ethereum is doing better, not necessarily over the last 7 days, but in the last 24 hours. High volume for Ethereum. That's very high for Ethereum lately, at least. Sol doing fantastic, up 15.5%. Green across the board at 111. Overtook BNB. Look at that. It's the third cryptocurrency by market cap. It's at $50 billion, $48.6 billion. Far away from Ethereum, but there's that bronze medal, folks. and it's been given to Anatoly and Solana. High volume, 2.8 billion for Sol. I think that is high. BNB is over $1 billion. XRP just staying sideways around 50 cents. It loves 50 cents. AVAX fell below 40. But look at that, man. It's almost up to $1 billion volume. It's at 14.5 billion market cap. Only a matter of time before it catches Cardano, right? AVAX. Polkadot doing all right. Better than Tron. I mean, we've all been saying that, how can Ethereum not lose market share to these other protocols? And how can it, I mean, people are spending $50 for a transaction, for a simple transaction on Ethereum. It just is ridiculous. Man, stacks, 215. Damn. Up 42.5% over the last 7 days. So what, ordinals, right? Hedera looking good, 10%. In the last week. Monero bouncing back up 24% in the last week, up 4% in the last 24 hours. I think what was 121 yesterday. Sui up. Everything's up. Crypto's doing well. Thorchain up 16% in the last 7 days, down a bit in the last 24 hours, but still good, over $5. Why anybody would be buying BSV. Algorand. You can build Ubis on top of it. So it's up 9% over the last 7 days, but down 5% over the last 24 hours. 4.33. At number 55. It's all very close here right now. Between let's start here. Mina, Beam, Ordi, Algorand, Helium, Aave, Flow, Quant. So between 55 and 60, it's not that much. All right. There we go. Let's look at ASAs. You guys like ASAs? I like ASAs. Orange is down. Coop is down. Zone is up 100%. Did they make an announcement? Well, look. We should look. Did they finally make that announcement? Opulus overtook Coop again. It's very close right there. It's in the green, reaching almost 10 cents. Coop is still over 3, down slightly, but not significantly. GORA correcting down a touch, but still at 40 cents. So looking pretty good. Volume, how's volume? Coop volume's pretty good. Opal is low for such a big project, but comparable. Polka Gold, once again, Coop is up there in the volume as well. Let's go to Twitter. Did Zone make an announcement? Let me see this real quick. Okay. All right. Let's go to Zone real quick. Okay, so they renewed the Zone staking pool. We're again welcoming our friends from Zone on our platform. Enjoy staking their token. You're earning a measly 8,000%. Okay, what are we talking about? So this is from February 7th. So this is not news, but I didn't see it. So let's read it. Distilling our learnings from the world of sports, esports, blockchain, and AI, today we are excited and humbled to provide a sneak peek at the Zone Premier League. Sports have enthralled audiences for generations, which can be seen in engravings of a sport similar to bowling in ancient Egypt and in the stories of Roman gladiators in the Colosseum. In a world fast moving towards fast paced innovation, sports and competition will play an increasingly important role in society. Today, Zone Premier League is here to showcase the tooling for Sports 3.0, where athletes are owners, fans are part of the story, rewards are abundant, and innovations are unlocked. In the coming weeks, months, and years, the tools will be applied to several sports assets, starting with those we are familiar with. We will gradually reveal our plans in the near future. All right, so that's just another tease. So AJ is too excited for his interview with Stacy here on X this Thursday at 2 p.m. That's the time that me and Kevin usually do our Algo Foundry talks. So I assume we're probably going to try to move that. So you guys can all listen to this guy talk to that lady. This guy, sus, enfolded. What happened? So he bought out the coffee bean Dow holders, took control of all the NFTs, and now is returning them to everybody. Sounds like a pretty good. This guy's launched bacon on Sol. He's freaking hustling, man. There you go. Brandon Marshall says that Taylor Swift had Kanye West removed from the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. All right. I don't see anything. Are you guys still here? Anybody here? Hello? Hello? Are you here? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so follow the ReCoop. What's up? Good morning. He said they eat late here, 8 p.m. opening his bottle of wine. There you go, Richard Harris. You're doing the right thing. I believe in you. Eat some pistachios or olives or little focaccia, whatever they got, little pizza breads. You know, I wish I was in Italy. That'd be fun. Juicing is up. We got juicing. Juicing's back. Follow the ReCoop choice. Coin says, do that. Would you guys do that? Why aren't you doing that? You guys are doing that. You are, aren't you? Well, if you're watching this right now, live on Twitter or a recording on Twitter, make sure you follow the damn thing and then make the journey to YouTube and subscribe to there as well. All right? Do that for me. Tom Weber is in the building. Happy to see you back, buddy. Good morning to you. Cap Hits, what's up? Good morning to you, man. No Face. Okay, so here we go. Hey, Coop, been in South Asia for a while. Tuning back in. Well, I'm glad to see you back, man. Thanks for coming back. Hope you enjoyed your time in Asia. Everyday Algonaut says, everybody smash the like button if you like Algorand or if you like anything. I don't care. You can like this video and dislike Algorand for all I care at this point. You know what I'm saying? But certainly, if you like Algorand, you should like it because we talk a lot about Algorand over here. Algo is 60 on CoinGecko. Oh, man. Governor's Hat suggests that Stacy does her interview wearing pit vipers. Let's do it. Let's do it. She should wear I think she should wear like a fur. Like I want like taxidermy on her. You know what I mean? I want her to have like a deer head in the back. I want her to have like Viking like fur on, and I want her to like maybe some fucking warrior paint. And I want AJ to be like, well, hey, Stacy, so glad to have you. Wow, look intense. She'd be like, well, I'm ready to go. 2024 is the year. AJ writes crypto. Good morning, Scarlet Death. Good morning. Good morning, IRL. Nice to see you. Richard Hart cosplay. Is that what Richard Hart does? Oh man, that'd be cool. I'm into weird shit like that. Like, why don't, or just say, yeah, have like a stuffed bird, like a pheasant next to her that she's petting the whole time, like a stuffed pheasant. I was not a big hunter as a child, but my family, I grew up in an Italian family that did a lot of hunting. My grandparents' house was filled with deer heads, and there was freaking Sunday dinner was always venison and other things. I think there was horse on those plates, unless they were just messing with me, but I think they was. Never liked that. I liked it when they just made normal old tri-tip, but that's okay. But they would force me to go hunting. I didn't like it. Because I didn't like to eat it. At a very young age, I didn't want to eat venison. I didn't want to eat pheasant. I didn't want to eat any of that. I was down to go abalone fishing because I thought abalone was really good. But that was a little more intense, so I didn't get to do that until I got older. But I did go pheasant hunting. You're up at 4:00 in the morning. It's freezing. And I just remember, I had one of the more basic big shotguns, and they're like, I was like, well, what do I do? They're like, well, you point at the bird and you shoot. I said, okay, being funny, but nobody, there's no safety training. They just literally put a gun in a 9-year-old's hand and was just like, go for it. You point and shoot. Don't point it at us. You point at the bird and shoot. So that's exactly what I did. I saw a bird. I was like, whoa, poof. And I blew that down. It was way too close. I blew it up, and this pheasant was all over my godfather and my dad. They were like, that's not what you do. You don't shoot them when they're that close. Holy shit. Oh, man. Abalone. Abalone is like really hard to get nowadays. I used to eat abalone all the time. I loved abalone. My mom would make it. It would kill her. Those abalone steaks. So good. So fun. So a cross between Baked Alaska and Cruella de Vil. Oh, I know who Richard Hart is. He's having a redemption arc right now. Everybody's like, wait, maybe he's right about everything. Pulse chain to the moon. Just kidding. He's probably in some trouble. Anybody else blow up a pheasant? What else? Anything? I don't know. I don't really. Is there anything interesting? I don't know. Markets are just doing what they're going to do. We had, I congratulated Gowana. Let's just be positive, folks. You know what I'm saying? Congrats to Ben, Gowana, and Shuffle. They've stayed active. So here, we're excited to announce our official launch following the Shuffle Labs, following the successful completion. Yeah, I'm not even sharing this. I'm talking about Gowana. Strategic funding round by Borderless. They got some money, and they're going to keep building. They get a lot of hate, but at least they're navigating the waters. You know what I mean? It's so easy to set up a void net relay. Oh man, Anthony Bourdain. What a G he was. Tolly from Solana, from Soltown. We did 20 million in sales with Shopify. Solana USD paid 0 fees. Their credit card sales cost us over 600,000 in fees on about the same volume. That's 3 full-time engineers. All right, I'll say this. I was thinking about this earlier. Is this new Kanye album? I liked it. Somebody was like, what do you think of the children dying in Gaza? He's like, I don't have enough information to tell you what I think about that. I love to everybody, but there's kids dying in the south of Chicago. Ask me about that. I thought that was a wise answer, to be honest. Cool looking dog. This guy says, Bitcoin book stop at the Fibonacci 0.78. If it breaks it and confirms the price will continue to rise, and the next target would be previous all-time highs. This guy got the same tattoo as his dog. Found out it means that he's been neutered. All right, enough of that shit. Enough of me just scrolling my internet or my feed. So I'll talk about this, and then we can move the hell on with our day. All right, we're here. Let's close this. So I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm thinking, okay, how the hell does sentiment around something like, you can probably apply this to Polkadot, you can apply it to HBAR, you can apply it to even something like Cardano. Certainly, what triggered my thinking was Algorand, and it's like, what will trigger there to be a price increase in an algo, right? I've talked about this a lot, for a while. I didn't really talk at all about price, and I'm not speculating on where price will go. All I'm saying is that there is importance to price for the health of the ecosystem, not just because of the health of retail's bags, but because of the health of developer funding and the projects being built that are getting grants or getting funding or whatever, employees at the foundation, whatever. The price continuously having pressure downwards, is this not good for anything? And not to mention the security of the network. It wouldn't take an unheard of amount of money right now to halt the Algorand blockchain, I think. So, and I think if you really had a one-on-one conversation with all these people that you admire at Inc. or Tech or whatever you call it now, technologies or foundation, if you had a candid one-on-one conversation with them, they'd be like, yeah, no, we're worried about price, right? I think they would. Now, that's fine. But then you start to think, well, what in the God's name? Now I'm just riffing right now, but what in God's name? I'm always just riffing. So why would I give that disclaimer? But what in God's name would make algo at this point go up? Like why, what? And I think that's what people are struggling with right now. They're like, all right, well, I'm searching for a reason. Like, why will it go up? It's not going to be because of Gotham FC. It's not going to be because of DRL, Drone Racing League. It's not going to be because of LimeWire. It's not going to be because of Napster. It's not going to be because of Zone. It's not going to be because of, it's more likely to be Zone than any of those things. It's not going to be because of any of that. So I'm thinking, well, in the times that I've been around, which I've been around the Algorand ecosystem, and I'm sure you can change Algorand ecosystem for your ecosystem if you're not really involved in Algorand, and you're feeling stuck in price. Okay, well, when there was a robust NFT market, when people wanted to buy algos to buy NFTs, when they were selling out immediately, when there was activity happening on the NFT marketplaces, that was a time. And there's a reason why they're incentivizing NFT marketplaces, because that gives people things to spend on. That gives people things to speculate on. Meme coins, these are speculative assets like NFTs. Meme coins also can draw in people and get people to create demand. We're talking about creating actual demand. But okay, NFTs and meme coins are one thing, but I'm trying to figure out, because of the strategy from the foundation and everything, and the long time strategy, that this institutional adoption is going to happen, and there's going to be this incentive for institutions to run these relays. And I know that we're pivoting from that because that didn't get realized. That slow build towards institutional adoption is lacking, right? We can all admit that, right? And many of the more exciting things that are happening on Algorand and the partnerships that we get excited about, Bank of Italy, or the things that are happening at T-Hub in India, or they all seem to be these sort of educational programs. You know what I mean? These onboarding users into Web3, hoping the fact that they learn Web3 tooling through Algorand, that they will go on to build exciting things on Algorand. Now, the unfortunate thing, I think, at this point, it goes back to my original thesis. And what will happen is, sure, people will start out, they'll go, maybe they're in India and they'll start to build tools and they'll use Algorand. They can apply Python, and maybe that works. I hope it does. It gives me hope. I have hope that will work. But unfortunately, builders eventually are going to go where they seem to think that they can make more money, where they can get a good grant for something, or there's a more liquidity, or there's more users, there's more people that are going to be able to use their thing. So I guess the answer to my question is, where is price appreciation going to come from? That's not just DWF Labs deciding price go up for a bit. I don't know. Do you guys know? Because I think that we're hoping for what I just said. I think we're hoping that the cool builders in India, for example, they're going to want a cheap chain. They're going to learn how to use blockchain using Python, and they're going to build their cool stuff that is being used in India on Algorand. And then as they use it, and we maybe increase fees a little bit, and the network gets more decentralized, and sentiment around it grows. So that's the case, right? That's the case we're making, that price will eventually appreciate. And we're not just doing this as a donation to the salaries of the people building Algorand. So, yeah. Because as it stands right now, it's an art scene, an art/gaming scene of a lot of really cool, talented people that a relatively small group of people are supporting and trading around with. There's a DeFi scene that is incentivized, but the liquidity is lower than it has been. We are constantly demanding like an intense level of purity from everybody, when a lot of these places are just trying to survive. Like, for example, Algo Mint. I mean, I understand, like it is like, okay, so there's a wormhole BTC, Go BTC pool with a massive amount of their DeFi rewards in it. And who's actually in it? It's got to be them. And those rewards are probably paying their salaries in some way and keeping them afloat. But like that ADA bridge, like, yeah, dude, like, I mean, come on, obviously, because they're struggling over there too. No matter what you think, they are, because it's pretty slow. I think I don't have a lot of experience in their DeFi, but I think there's even less to do over there because they don't really have stable coins. Now they're working on it. They have these algorithmic dreams. W. Sean Ford is over there working with Charles on bringing stable coins over there. They have a decentralized ethos, and so does Algorand, by the way. And that's exciting. But yeah, being able to own ADA on Algorand and earn an Algorand DeFi, allowing maybe Algorand NFT artists easier ways to have projects on both ADA and Algo. And by the way, anybody out there that is in Cardano, maybe you're in both, maybe you like both. But I think it's important for everybody to know, because, we talk about decentralization. We do have John Woods. I know that he's well respected in the Cardano community, and there's the ethos of decentralization is actually very strong in Algorand, and especially with where we're headed with a lot of these upgrades that John Woods is implementing over there at the foundation. It's really exciting. You may look at this ADA bridge being proposed in XGov for AlgoMint as centralized bridge. Why would we ever use that? I would like to say, in defense of AlgoMint, they have been in the Algorand ecosystem since the very beginning. They were the first to bridge Bitcoin and ETH. There has never been any problems other than at Tiny Man, and I think that they ate that huge loss. And I think they're still waiting, maybe from what conversations that I've had, and I can't verify any of this, but it's potentially they're waiting for, they still potentially may recoup those losses, but it doesn't matter. There's never been any problem with anybody ever redeeming Go BTC, Go ETH. And also their sister company, they also bring tokenized precious metals on the Algorand blockchain. And their sister company, MELD, is one of the most respected precious metal custodians in Australia. So they're fully doxed and have a long track record in Algorand. So I mean, these are the types of things you say and you hope it never comes back to bite you. And you should always proceed with caution and always use your own risk tolerance. But that's a team that I'm willing to, maybe they close up shop because of the fact that they're not making any money, but it would be extraordinarily surprising to me for you not to be able to redeem whatever they are centrally holding. So I'm not trying to recommend centralized tools, but I do think it would be very beneficial for both Algorand and Cardano for there to be a little back and forth. I think it would be beneficial for the artists, and like imagine something like Mingo and yielding having an easy access to ADA and all this stuff on both chains, and that's a lot more people potentially using Algorand because they like the cool flamingos and the quests and they want to get a best friend and all that shit. So oh yeah. So Governor's Hat just says the issue with the centralized bridge is that it's going to be really hard to convince ADA natives to use it. Yeah, and that's what I was just sort of oh my God, bro. I trust Algorand over C3 at this point. Yeah. God, that's so obvious. Definitely. Algorand's been, come on, Michael Cotton is like one of the nicest guys I've ever had on the damn show. That guy's not rugging. And on some level, if you do, I mean, I trust these guys, but that doesn't mean that you should trust these guys. But don't get me wrong, but I trust these guys and I don't really trust much. And, in the end, that type of custody is probably, if you fully trust them, it's actually more secure than a decentralized option in a lot of ways. But anyways, but I hear that concern about, that is the ethos of ADA, but yeah, that is a concern. I can't really say much other than I said. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, so Tom says, yep, Coop, what is the catalyst that will move algo? That is the question. Yep. I believe education is the way to increase Algorand adoption and awareness. And I think that there would be education. I think a lot of people, if they came over here and they were able to check things out, maybe it was just an ADA algo pool that had a great APY that got them over here. And then they check out Fractal Monsters, or they own their first Mingo, and then they realize that if they get 3 mostly friends fully evolved, and they're going to be able to get these rad looking best friends eventually, win best friends, Stitch. Then they do the transactions, and you are educating a new group of people on how fast and immediate Algorand moves. And that's kind of nice. It doesn't mean that they have to leave where they are, but it just could open up their horizons to other opportunities and other things to do, just to give them more to do. And the reverse applies. Cool artists over at Cardano and different things that they're doing over at Cardano. Maybe you like the algorithmic stablecoin that they're building, and you want that sort of censorship resistance that that type of thing would provide. I mean, obviously, I think we're all our cages have been a bit rattled when it comes to algorithmic stablecoins. It's pretty easy to just throw out the name Do Kwon and all that, but you never know. They could build it in a really cool way. And so Circle can't freaking, BlackRock can't talk to Circle. You know what I'm saying? Or Tether in jail. I don't know. Whatever doomsday scenario you want to play out, maybe you like some of that permissionless stuff that they're doing over at Cardano, so you can get exposure over there. It's easy. It's kind of easy to move that value back and forth. I would love to see that. I think I do appreciate Governor's Hat's hesitancy, his reservations about the idea that that community would be open to a centralized bridge. But Algorand is being very just, their posts are like our centralized bridge. So they're letting you know. But yeah, I agree. Education is important. And that is what they're doing. That education is important. They are in India educating people on Web3. They're meeting them where they're at with Python. So, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm just really seriously actually over here realizing that I have some time and willing to sort of, brainstorm some of this stuff. If Voy was really for us, it would airdrop and be the most decentralized token from launch. That's how you reward the Algorand community. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as a joke, that D13 advised me against after Coop launch and people all had that. I thought, would it be funny? Because this was before Voy. This is before Voy. I was wondering, or before like we knew anything about Voy. I don't know, maybe Chris was working on it or whatever, but I floated the idea that maybe we distribute, 10 billion shadow algo or something like that to every Coop holder and then let them, figure out how to, and then, so it's the economics, I thought that would be cool. Like try a new thing, but it seems to me from what I know about Voy, and I was certainly more active in that community a while ago. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff, to be honest. But I still support those guys and what they're trying to do. But they're trying to reward participation, active community now in their test net. They're trying to reward those people. So, but I think yeah. And you want to have development, and you need to be able to, it's going to be hard. I don't know. Changing the economics is hard. So, but I hear you. Relax and sleep. Was hoping eventual ISDA and other institutional partnerships would increase chain traffic and in turn price. Yeah. We really need these things to translate to transactions on chain. It can't just all be education. I get it. And maybe it's just a long-term plan. But like at what point, like, are we going to get some cool apps? Something cool to do. Because you can build something cool on Algorand and it can work really good. I think the issue is that are there going to be people willing to come over and use it? Because the existing community to a business person might not be enough. So the idea is you build a product using the fantastic technology of Algorand that it doesn't, and you basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Extract away blockchain, and the people don't even care what they're using. And we saw that a bit with FIFA. They tried to do that, I think, with next gens, and it flopped. But it didn't flop. See, and anybody that says next gens flopped because of Algorand is being disingenuous. It didn't. The shoes didn't look good. It was not a good looking shoe. And they were trying to capitalize on Little Dirk, and Little Dirk didn't even want anything. He wouldn't even join a space and talk. He joined a space, but he wouldn't talk. Probably because the shoes didn't look good. Even before the mALGO hack, but even more so now. Algo suffers from marketing silence, whereby there are more people like you bigging it up than the foundation itself, says Starcadius. And that's a problem because people like me, I'm trying to big it up, but I also am not going to sit here and big it up without calling out the truth. What they apparently want is me to be hired help for no pay. And I'm not. I'm not hired. I'm not paid. So I'm not going to be a marketing guy for Algorand. because then I'm just an idiot. Like, for one. And even if I were a marketing guy and I got into a situation and I was being paid and I got into a situation where I wanted to question things and I needed to question things because I thought it was important, then I would lose that job because I'm willing, believe me. You guys, more times than you guys know, have I squandered potential money because I popped off because I needed to tell the truth. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to sit here with doe eyes talking about Algorand for A, no money, and for B, um, at the risk of people that are listening to me blindly following that because whatever. And I don't think any of you actually do blindly follow what I say. And I think you all are smarter than that. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, no, I'm not the answer to people, to convincing people. I'm only the answer if it's going, if there's good things to say. And there are good things to say. I like to see guys that have lasted. Like I mentioned this earlier, like Cosmic Champs. I don't talk about them at all. And these fuckers won't go away. They're continuing to try. Fractal Monsters. Like, you can't blame people. You can't blame Folks Finance for being over there at Avalanche. You can't blame them for partnering with Chainlink and being over that Binance chain and wherever else they are going to expand to. I mean, well, of course, they're a business. You certainly can't blame community members for being like, all right, well, shit. I'm going to check out Sol. I mean, I don't do anything on Sol, and I signed into my Phantom wallet the other day and had $100 and something bucks. Thank you, Sol. And I don't do anything. So anyways, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just saying at this point, I'm not trying to talk anybody out of anything or into anything. I'm just here trying to navigate it. And I'm here with the Algorand community. You guys are much of my audience. And I believe in it. I had that fantastic talk with John Woods. If Stacy avoids me like the plague, she'll talk to AJ on Thursday. Okay. I hope AJ asks her tough questions. She'll do her thing and we'll move on. Ugh. Anyways. I'm not against it. I think that there is hope. I have hope still. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have hope for it. But I'm just not going to sit here and bullshit anybody about it. Those days are gone. The bronze medal has been given to Solana. So I'm not saying that 2024 is the end of the journey. We're still in the beginning. I said it yesterday. I think that these things are still going to shake out. There's a lot to happen in the altcoin market. So the places that people are in right now doesn't necessarily mean that that's where they're going to be. People who are already in algo may use it, but I think ADA natives will be very sus of it. Well, I mean, that's something that that's somewhere where I can help. I don't know if anybody's going to, trust me. I don't know. I think that there's some people over there in Cardano that know about the ReCoop and have watched me call out people and all of that. Like I could help with that because of my honest opinion of the situation. CH Charles Hoskinson video yesterday worth a watch. Okay, I'll give it a watch. Ooh, or a V3 Flemish. Is that coming? I want that. It's only more people if one-click minting or one-click payments are functional. Well, good. Richard, you're in Italy drinking wine, man. There's nothing wrong. Taco, what's up? Next April, we'll have the AI and Sustainability Congress. And several 16 to 18-year-old students, almost 300, will create art and mint NFTs in Algorand. I love it. Oh, shit. Relax and sleep. Good to see you. Hope you found what you were looking for. They'll receive pair wallets and learn how to use it properly. This is the second year of this event. Is this cool enough? It's cool, CL. I love it. I love it. Putting in work. Over in Portugal, right? I was looking for a limerick challenge. I'm hoping Cooping will pull through for me. Lots of vendors. That's true. 100%. Coop, could you talk more about Solana as well as Algo? Yeah, I can dive into Solana. I can try. IRL loves the limericks. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Planning sucks, but has to happen. Thune. And Coop is good. Always. Aw, IRL. Algo hour. Coop, you have an Epic Games account? I don't. Should I get one? Starcadius, appreciate you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Got price pumps will need some sort of stimulus and narrative. What we need is lots of more usage by like TravelX. I haven't said TravelX. It's a fantastic usage of Algorand, and it's a fantastic usage of Web3, crypto, blockchain, whatever you want. It actually changes something. It creates some demand, and yeah, they're on chain. Those transactions are on chain. It's hard to degen our way out of it without VC money goosing things. Exactly. We don't have Arrington anymore. We don't necessarily have much of board. I don't think we have any new borderless influx. I think that they have moved on to other places. But it's true. All of this stuff, like Solana, certainly like Solana, and Avalanche, there's a lot of VC money moving the price, which brings the people. And there's only a certain amount of people moving around these chains. So if you don't have the VCs moving the price and attracting the people, then because when the price moves up, then the people want to come. You see it when Algorand was pumping a bit, meme coins popped off, more people were interested. You got more people. So if we're talking about, and Governor has got his finger on it. If we're talking about the degen community, then the price has to pump, and you need the VCs like Solana and Avalanche have to pump the price, and and wherever else they're playing ball right now. Just watch Rand Nooner, and whatever he is saying is where the VCs are going. Because it's all sort of garbage and unsustainable. But currently, that is the health of the ecosystem is where the money is and what they're pumping, because that attracts the mob, right? We're a mob right now. And then there's some people over here in Algorand. They're like, no, we want things to be right and good. And I, unfortunately, am like that a bit. So it makes me miss out sometimes, even when I know things are going to go a certain way. I need to fix that. Because if I'm going to be here with you guys, we gotta play ball a bit more, don't we? I think so. But at the same time, what am I talking about? At the same time, I don't want to get too negative about this. I hope I'm not. I'm just really working through this. But at the same time, like what the sheriff was saying earlier, the work that he's been doing onboarding students, the educational things like at the UN and in India, and the testing that they're doing with the bank rails in Italy. Like these things potentially are massive, but it's obvious that VCs are like, okay, we don't want to put a lot of money over an Algorand because we're not going to be the ones to work Algorand. And that needs to change. Is that going to happen through institutional stuff? I hope so. Some people love you no matter what, Coop. You do you, bud. We're here for it. Well, thank you. Everybody smash the like button if you like the John versus Coop interview. Yeah, thank you, Ludo. Taco Coin will save Algorand. Tacos for everybody. I want tacos. I'm hungry. I'm going out to dinner tonight. Me and Sarah are going to go out to a fish place tonight. We're going to have some oysters, I think lobster rolls, and I don't know, whatever. It looks good. Then add Adrian Tactus to the wish list. Oh, shit. Okay, I will do that. Need a rogue developer to put Algo's version of Tornado Cash to bring in the illicit funds of the world. As a bonus, we get news coverage. I think that was the connection to Binance chain, right? Love it. We need to have Solana marketing with Algo technology here. Yeah, Solana's the cool kid crew, for sure. Weirdly, my previous message got cut. How can we get more VCs to Algorand? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Food for thought. But here we go. Maybe Tom has some answers to that. With the momentum cheap transaction layer ones have, Sol, AVAX, Sui, Aptos, Near, Cosmos, gaining new users, what market share will be left by the time Algorand gets his shit together? Are people using Aptos, Near, and Cosmos? The sheriff doesn't like that the Solana is always manipulating the metrics. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. I don't like that the FTX estate owns 10% of the supply. I don't like that. Happy Valentine's Day. Well, thank you. Back at you. Valentine's Day Eve. Mo money, man. Cosmos, yes. So early, Taco. You should be making pancakes with Nutella. VCs have blacklisted Algorand. And I think Tom is a VC. So AJ wanted questions. The question for Stacy is, why do you think that VCs have blacklisted Algorand? And how do we change that? Joey Sarah says Sol's best asset is its price movement. Yeah. I mean, because you think, oh my God, is this thing just going to keep going up? Is this the Eve killer? Is it really going to replace it? Is Solana the US chosen one? Are they going to give them a free pass? It seems like it's cooler. It's cool. Solana's cool. Oh, fucking totally kind of mixes it up. Sort of rad. They make money rain on people. Where's my raining? Where's my money rain? Well, I accidentally did my best, folks. Blame Yieldly and others who got funding and delivered ass products. Yeah, I mean, well, and also, I mean, you can blame the decision making. I mean, you got to at some point. Most of the decision makers aren't here anymore. So the decision makers that are here are a more probably in line with what Silvio wants, a more institutional governmental level. And that's why you're seeing things in India. That's why you're seeing things like bank rails in Italy. This is what Silvio wants. Silvio's trying to solve big problems. He doesn't care about Yieldly. He doesn't care about DeFi. That man doesn't care. He's trying to create the rails for a more fair world. So that's the shit. There we go. That makes me excited because that's what I got here for. That's why I like it. That's why I get mad when I'm seeing freaking, that's why I'm like concerned about BlackRock and the Bitcoin spot ETF. And yeah, it's going to pump price, but what does this lead us to? VC Coop, please bug. Okay, hold on. We'll get to that one. We get piss rather than money for rain. Some people like golden showers. Oh man. Somebody should do an NFT collection. Doofy should do somebody should do an NFT collection where it's just a bunch of fucking golden showers over all different types of moments. Some people like to get pissed on. You know what I'm saying? Some of us like to get pissed on. They've been pissing on me for a while. I don't feel like I've been pissed on. I feel like fucking you guys, certainly by you people, I've been so supportive. VCs want SAFs. They get in early, then pump, then exit. That's where they see the greatest profit potential. Yeah, I mean, this is the I think this is the beginning of a bull market. I think that there's a little bit of despondency from a lot of the underperforming tokens. We're feeling a little regret, maybe opportunity cost, and feeling stuck. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what you feel, but you're seeing things like Solana and AVAX certainly, and then the other guys like Sui and Say and freaking Pui and Tay and Tay Tay and Lele and Hootie Hui Manuis, like all of those just going up fucking parabolic. All of these meme coin opportunities and the money printer that all these weirdos are doing. And so you start to doubt your decision making. And then a lot of times these things make you pivot and you start to buy the hype of something else. And then your thing starts to get the shine and then it corrects. And then you lose over there. And then you watch the thing you gave up on grow. That's a lot of times I think that we might be in that period. I'm not saying that that's going to happen and Algorand's going to pull it together. I'm hoping for that. But what I will say is that just talking through this reminded me that why I'm skeptical of the bankers owning so much or custodying so much Bitcoin. Why I got into this based on what Silvio was talking about and the things that they're trying to actually do. Because look, if you want to talk about why Algorand's underperformed, you can look at all the damn money they threw at Napster and LimeWire and Gotham FC and DRL and all of this crap. And somebody pointed out Yieldly, and there's just a few people left standing. And is their Premier League going to continue to be on Algorand? We don't know. You got Tiny Man. So these are good things. Tiny Token. You got Folks Finance. Although that they're moving and they're spreading around. You got the Folks Token. You got to root for them because the Folks Token will exist on multiple chains. So maybe that won't be piss. Maybe that'll be a tropical, just some tropical rains on the way to the beach after, and then then it's gonna become sunny, and we're all gonna drink cocktails on white powdery sand. I'm gonna jump into 80-degree water. There's gonna be beautiful men and women. There's gonna be a guy over there playing the guitar. Somebody's gonna walk by, be like, "Would you like a head massage, sir?" And then you'll be like, "Okay, yeah, it's great. I have all the money in the world. You have a little thing over there. Yeah. Why don't I get a full body massage today? I'll give you some tiny for it." I'm losing my mind. I got an axe. It's not an axe. I got a hatchet. I'm coming for you. Coming for you. People that loot this chain. Fuck somebody up with this axe, this hatchet. Imagine me with this mustache and this hatchet coming for you. One less button, little nipple out. This is fucking Algorand right here, bitch. All right? We need Stacy in freaking taxidermy. I want John Woods fucking jacked. You know what I mean? Get in it. Steroids. I don't care, John. I want to see like John Woods on stage just bursting out of his damn t-shirt. I want Fisherman from NF Domains, freaking Algo under his eye, start a rap career. We need to mix it up. I'll go out there with all the way. I got so much chest hair. I got a mustache. I got gray streaks in my hair, and I got a hatchet. Will that work? Flemish V3? I haven't heard about Flemish V3. Is that coming? Give me some of that. I want a Flemish V1. I'm watching all these people get their awesome NFTs back from the Coffee Bean DAO. I saw one. I saw a Goanna, a V1. I've always wanted. I don't have a Flemish V1 and I don't have a Goanna V1. And I don't have the algo to buy them. I guess I do, but I don't want to because I have other things I'm doing with that algo. Anyways, guys, I don't even need to use the axe part. I can use this flat side. Pah! All right. Well, did we have fun today? Have I disturbed you? Have I depressed you about your life choices? Have I inspired you? Coop, please bug Rand Gallery to make the site easier to navigate or some sort of QOL upgrades. Cool? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think me bugging Rand Gallery is going to get them to do anything. I think they saw an opportunity at XRP to expand their brand. And I think that XRP is now run into things. So I think that they're a little bit like, oh my God, are we going to be able to exist? So, I mean, I think we just need to give Rand Gallery space to figure it out for themselves. Check out the Algorand CEE space of a couple hours ago with Utho and Charles. Good stuff. All right. At this point, one algo's greatest selling points versus other chains is ironically its tokenomics. And I think Governor Hat is talking about the fact that it's almost fully distributed. And a lot of these early VCs are exiting. It's actually true. GovHats is right about that, if that's what he means, because I think that that's true. We're almost fully distributed, and a lot of those early players have already dumped. So this is an incredible opportunity to fully distribute. I mean, to more distribute this token at a very cheap price. If we believe in the mission of Silvio and John Woods, theoretically, and and obviously the people over at Algorand Technologies. 100% agree with Gov. In 2025, we'll have the best tokenomics. Manui coin. 3 feet from gold. I definitely see Algo getting back to 10 billion TVL by 2030 minimum. That's a 5x in 5 years. Good return. Who knows if that'll happen, but I think there's a good chance. And there's also a good opportunity. This is a good opportunity to stack, DCA, earn yield, do these things, Joey Sarah says, I can play the guitar for your beach, Coop. Coopcoin Beach. Devin is on his way, looking for freedom, looking to turn Bitcoin Beach into Coopcoin Beach. Nobody can, there's no surprises with Coopcoin. Coop running with the hatchet. Let's go. All right. I love it. Flemish Mutants is next. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the whole story. That's so cool. I can't wait. Indeed. Quality of life. Not mutants. Splices. That's right. The question is how to distribute the rest in the regards to create as low sell pressure as possible. That's right, Ludo. All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in. We went a little longer today. I started a little later, went a little longer. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for, working through this with me today. It was more of a brainstorm. In my experience, when we have given tokens as airdrops, people just exchange it to stable assets right away or in a small time. Yeah, so there is something to be said about having to put your own skin in the game, holding it, believing in a mission. So we're talking about marketing. We need somebody out there with gravitas delivering the mission. John is doing a good job, but we need Silvio out there articulating the mission. But I imagine Silvio wants a low profile because of Gary. I mean, it's obvious. The man's disappeared since the since the and now, you know, some of these lawsuits where they named Algorand as securities in it, and even the video that he did celebrating the Algorand, it looked like he was a hostage. So, I mean, if I'm totally speculating, but it's pretty obvious that Silvio's like, he probably lives in the United States and is keeping a low profile because of exactly that. Probably has a relationship with Gary. And Gary was like, you need to keep a low profile, bro. And then Silvio's like, Che? 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 It's like, Che. And then Silvio's like, come stai? And then Gary's like, no bene. That's not how you speak Italian. Yeah, we need a but the point is, and it could come from Stacey. I don't get it though. I don't connect with the Stacey vision. And I doubt anybody else does, like, certainly at this point. So it's like we need somebody out there letting people know in a real way what they're trying to do and what they're willing to risk to get there. And the cost, and being like, this is what we're doing, we're committed to it, and doing things to make people know that they're committed. And it's hard to look at it and be like, all right, they lost all this at Hodl Knot, now they're selling it to this guy from the former freaking CEO of Russia, Huobi. Oh my God, this guy's like the manipulator of the markets. Oh my God. You know, like, it's hard to rally around that because it all feels like they're just doing anything and everything to just survive. And that's not enough. That's not inspiring. Oh my God. It's not inspiring to anybody. Just barely surviving is what it feels like, is the mission. And hoping education brings adoption. But is Algorand trying to be the rails for what? What does that look like? Silvio inspired so many people to get here, and he rugged us from his personality and his and it's not that you're looking to Silvio to pump your bags. You're looking to Silvio to know why Algorand should exist. So many people can know why Algorand should exist. Why Algorand is a better solution than Solana. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. That's enough. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm going to try to be here. I'm going out tonight. We'll see how I do. I'll try to be here by at least 10. So 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, folks. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening to me ramble today. Have a good rest of your day. Remember, if your wife, your girlfriend, your mistress, whoever says that she doesn't believe in Valentine's Day, you go buy her something anyways. All right, everybody. I appreciate